we are taking over Gladbach for another transfer budget challenge. And we have £100 million each in our transfer budget. My dad and I are going head-to-head at Gladbach to sign players and to see who can do better across one season. We've one season simulating with a tactic that we've created, and another season each simulating with the same tactic. So let's see who I brought in with my £100 million transfer budget. First up, I brought in Abiri Eze from Crystal Palace, as I feel he is a key to linking my midfield to my attack with his creativity, and I spent a big 45 million smackers on him. Alongside Eze, I felt like we needed a striker, and this is my man, Kelechi Iheanacho, who is definitely an upgrade to what we have, and hopefully the man from Leicester who cost me 37 million can bang in a lot of goals. But let's check in with Dad, because we've added an extra competitor to this £100 million challenge. Now, one of the comments on the Wolves one was we should run it with the AI with the budget to see what they would do and then compare it against us. I thought that was a cracking idea.
Yeah.
So,
shall we listen to our fans?
Exactly. They finished in 6th place, which is not bad, to be fair. I thought that was a lot better than what I anticipated. So it's interesting to see what they did with the money, because they didn't buy anybody until January.
Yeah.
Even though they had that huge £100 million budget, they didn't even spend that much either. 8 million and 10 million on Elias Chair from QPR, who they brought in, really good attacking midfielder, and Yusuf Poulsen, of course, Bundesliga, very well-rounded in the Bundesliga. He scores quite a lot of goals, etc. They did bring in a free transfer in the summer, but didn't bring in anybody else. So they finished there. The DFB Pokal, though. So let's take a look at that cup competition, because they did obviously play in it. They only got to the second round down, and they were knocked out by Hoffenheim after extra time. So not very good at all.
I'm happy with that, because there's no pressure there then.
Yeah, so it's just a 6th place finish if you want to beat the AI.
There's only 5 places to play for there then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be...
Absolutely.
Interesting, yeah. Makes it even.
Let's have a look at my players, what Dad thinks my players, and the tactic I'm going to run. So there are thoughts on the 2 players that I have signed for this Gladbach team.
Interesting. I mean, you spent a lot of money on 2 players, 2 what I would say really good players from the Premiership. I agree with one as in position, because I've done that position as well. The other one I don't agree with, because I thought my position, players in that position was fine. So it's actually interesting, because you're quite happy with your, not giving too much away, one of your positions, and I was really unhappy with.
Yeah, we've gone for very different positions here, which is going to make it interesting. And that leads me on to the tactic, because we're also playing fairly different shapes too.
Yeah.
So the tactic that we are separately going to run, this is mine. I'm going for a narrow diamond. I don't think there's good enough wingers in there, and I really like the centre midfielders. And of course, I bought Eze, who fits this role perfectly. So Abiri Eze, or I think he wants to be called Eze now. Yeah. I think Mike Richards told me on a podcast that he wants to be called that. Great podcast, by the way.
He's a good player, isn't he?
That's who I want to be playing there pretty much every single game in that shadow striker role. And Iheanacho will come in the advanced forward role, with Plie dropping off. And the reason why I've got a DLF on support is Plie is actually really good at passing and vision.
I do like him. I was the position he was like playing for striker. I was imminent on whether to buy a new striker because I had him, but I've decided to go for it. I'm the same as you. I've gone for another striker, but keeping him in the team. Yeah,
he's also got tries, killer balls often, so he's got good at pass with the ball, and he already has that. So I'm quite happy with that. And obviously, we're not going to nail anybody in, but if I was to pick without restriction, this was the team that it would show. I'm honestly really happy with that. That's Manu Kone would come in for me probably, instead of Weigl or Kramer, or probably even Neuenhaus, actually, to be fair. But, I'm happy that there's going to be a rotation options there for that. And Wolf is going to be the rotation who can come in for Eze when he needs to rest too. So, happy with that. Let's simulate this season with me using this narrow diamond tactic. Then we'll take a look at who Dad brings in.
Come on then.
Okay, so I finished in 4th place.
That don't give me a lot to play with, does it?
4th place.
I was praying you were going to be about 7th.
Which is not bad at all.
No, it's not. It's really good.
So, we're only 5 points behind Leipzig. I mean, I'm shocked with Dortmund had a very bad season.
Just looking at the top 4, then I'm thinking, where's Dortmund too?
Yeah.
And Frankfurt.
So I'm kind of lucky. I mean, Frankfurt's team's no longer that good. Obviously, they'd lost Kolo Muani on the last day of the season with the updated database. That's going to happen. But Dortmund I am shocked with, all the way down there in 10th. Yeah. That's massive. But Wolfsburg overperformed, I think. So, I'm buzzing with that 4th place finish. And as you can see, I was 2nd and 3rd for a very long time.
Yeah.
I never got to top, but I was close.
Yeah.
And I even lost a few games of the season at the end there.
I wonder about let me in.
Yeah, a couple of away games there against Dortmund, against Leverkusen, and Augsburg in those final games.
A lot of teams
That could have
below
put me
you
third.
there as well, wasn't it? That you lost to.
Yeah.
You could have done a hell of a well.
Exactly, yeah. Just a couple of those wins would have put me back into third place. The other competitions, obviously the DFB Pokal, my favourite trophy. It looks like a semi-final finish. And I lost to Stuttgart, which is also disappointing because they were relegated and finished last. So I'm absolutely really bummed by that. I want to face Leipzig in the final, not even Bayern Munich, and they obviously still had to play a game there. But yeah, I'm really annoyed by that.
You could have won the cup there.
I could have won the cup.
Yeah.
So very frustrating.
Yeah.
Goals-wise, though, let's take a look at the two players that I did sign, how much they impacted the game. Iheanacho got 21 goals this season with 34 appearances. Not bad at all. Eze got 11 goals and 7 assists with 2 of the highest average ratings. In fact, if you did buy highest average rating, they were up there of the two. The only one who beat them was my backup goalkeeper who played just one game, so that doesn't really count. So the two signings I made...
At least he played well that game.
He played well for one game. But the two signings I made... They were first teamers, and they were the highest rated players for the season. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that. Okay.
Challenge is on then, mate, innit?
Challenge is on. Let's see who Dad brought in. Now, as we mentioned before, we started off a podcast for all of you Patreon members as a little bit of an extra. That goes on any tier on the Patreon, but we've also opened it up for channel members. So if you don't want to leave the YouTube app, you can literally just press the join button next to my channel name down the bottom there, and you can see you can join as a channel member, and you can join just to watch the podcast, which will be video form, or you can also join and have the added extra, like on the Patreon, where you get the save game file too. So another way of supporting.
Yeah, have a go at it and see if you can beat us then.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for doing that. That pays for Dad's wages.
Thank you for the support.
Right, so let's have a look at the players that Dad has brought in. You've brought in more players than me, Dad, and in different positions too.
Well, like I was saying earlier, that I looked at the defence of this team and I thought they ain't as good as I like my defence to be. So I thought, right, I'm going to strengthen my defence. See what I had after that to see whether I could strengthen my attack. Yeah. Because like I said, I had that striker there that you had as well. That, I was quite happy with to leave him there, but if I had money left over, I would have definitely replaced the striker and left him in the team though.
So you went for Palomino to begin with, Jose Luis.
Centre defence is definitely the place where I thought I was quite weak.
He's very good too.
Yeah.
And you only spent £7.75 million on him. It's the advantage of this challenge only doing one season. You can go for the older players. They're going to cost a lot less money. Yeah, absolutely. But you also backed him up with Gustavo Gomez. Yeah. And I actually think your defence now is far better than the one that's already there. So although I ignored it, I appreciate a good couple of buys when I see one.
Well, yeah. So that's the two main defenders that I think. Yeah. And I looked at it. My weakest position, I thought, of the whole team was left back.
Yeah, and you went for Cristiano Baraghi.
Yes,
who's a very good left back.
I like my Italian defenders, don't I? So yeah, this boy just got all the bits and pieces that I need for him. Got him in, and he signed for me, so I was really pleased with that.
You were finding some bargains as well, like £12 million. That's a very good deal. I mean, these are the signings that I don't normally make because they're 29. So when it's like we're doing rebuilds and it's 5 years, but because of this, like it doesn't matter.
It makes it so much fun, I think, really, because you just look at it and you think, yeah, I only need it for one season.
He almost picked up Luis Suarez, viewers. It was unbelievable. He was that close. It was just the wages.
Yeah, his wages are too high. It doesn't come into our sort of format that we want to do.
So then goalkeeper.
Well, I looked at it as well, and I thought we had what I thought was an average keeper. He's all right, but I thought, well, if I've got a little bit of money to play with, and I can get one in, and we've used this guy quite a few times, and I do like this keeper, so I went for him. He's not a lot better, but he is better. I feel
it's just that step up, isn't it? So a little bit better than Jonas.
I just wanted something to be a little bit stronger there. Got him in. Got every position I wanted to replace in the defence. I was leaving the midfield as it is. I have money left over. Yeah. So I'll go in for my striker.
And your talisman.
This is the guy that's going to win it for me.
You're confident?
Yes. With this guy up front? Yes.
He is good.
I've sold my defence up. This guy's going to win it for me then.
Yeah, he is quality. I do. Everybody knows how much I love him. I've got one of his shirts. Great off the ball, good pace. He's very well rounded as well. Just a solid
he's only
striker.
25 as well. I mean, this is why we buy this player so many times. At that age, for a 5-season rebuild that we do, you'd be silly not to go for him. Yeah. Because he just gets better.
This is just a one season, Dad. You only need him for one.
And look at the price they got him.
£16 million is all you spent.
That's
so,
a bargain, isn't it?
I mean, your total, you were way under. We both were, to be fair. I was a little bit closer, but you spent a lot less and you brought in a lot more, to be fair. Let's have a look at your tactic, though. Because you're running a 4-3-3. Now, this is just quick pick without restriction, but Dad was happy with that. This is not what Dad is going to lock in every single week. But we've got a winger on one side because Honorat is right-footed, so you're going for that attempt because he's quite good at crossing as well. Gabigol as the advanced forward. Plie coming in off the left. As we've already alerted to you, he's actually really good at passing the ball. Not to mention his first touch, long shots, both 15-2. Solid. Great midfield. There's your midfield three. Happy with that?
It is. I'm like that, really. I could have locked in,
Kone's on the bench there.
That's
he's
the guy I sort of like, I'm in him and I'm in whether to lock him in.
Yeah, I was the same. Then we've got Gustavo Gomez and Palomino, both starting now. So your two new centre-backs, they're both starting. As well as your keeper, as well as your left-back.
So I think my defence is really good now.
Yeah, you completely transformed that defence. All right, then. Let's simulate Dad's season with this tactic, and then we'll take a look at what we did with the same tactic. So, Dad, your season, you finished in 4th place as well.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, Dortmund won the league. They finished in 10th in my simulation.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it?
And they go and win the league.
I mean, the teams above me, I would expect to be above me.
Yeah. I mean, you were very consistent across the season. 5th, 4th, that's pretty much where you were. Where I think I was 3rd, dropped down to 4th.
I did touch top once, didn't I?
No, right at the start of the season. But
yeah, I was consistent right through the season. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I would be too. That's very good. You had a better end of the season, certainly, than what I did. Very similar points tally as well. I think I was on 60, you were 59, so very, very similar on that. But I got to the semi-final of the DFB Pokal. What did you do?
Oh, get in.
You won the DFB Pokal.
Get in.
Jesus, fair play, Dad. So you definitely beat me on this. Bayern Munich in the final. Bayern Munich in the final. 3-2. Barbosa with a hat-trick. Harry Kane got one.
How are you?
Oh, you can say that now. He's left Spurs.
Hey, the striker of our boys bangs in all 3 goals.
That is
What did I say? That guy would win it for me.
Yeah. They sacked Tuchel because of that.
Well,
I mean, he didn't win the league and he didn't win the cup. That's with Harry Kane. That's blasphemy.
You want me to be manager of Bayern Munich with Harry Kane?
Cocky's game.
All right, then.
Cocky's game. Let's have a look then at how your squad did. So Barbosa got 30 goals, Dad. Absolutely incredible season. Plie got 20 from the left.
We both kept him in our team, didn't we? For that reason, didn't we?
Yeah,
he was a good striker.
He scored a lot of goals. Let's have a look. Palomino got a good average rating there. So did Gustavo Gomez, 6.92. Nothing to be snuffed at whatsoever. If I did appearances, Casteels was mainly your starting goalkeeper. And the left back, Baraghi, he got 7 assists with a good average rating.
I'm happy with that, mate.
Solid. That were really good signings.
That was my weakest position. So
yeah, I mean, Barbosa is your star man. Look, 30 goals and 34 appearances, 4.5-star rated.
He's got
now.
Better again.
Yeah, he's already wanted by Dortmund, look, so he's gonna be. So exceptional in this, but it's just down to now what the AI does with our own, with the same tactic. Sorry, so. Let's take a look at the same tactic.
Your team and my team with the same tactic.
Yeah, what we're going to run. Now, we've got it loaded up here. This is the tactic we're going to run. It is Dad's tactic from the Season 1 of the Celtic versus Rangers. So it is a 4-2-3-1 tactic. We can see we've got advance, forward, up front. The inverted wingers on both sides, attacking midfielder on support, ball winner, deep line playmaker. So it's a standard 4-2-3-1. The reason why we selected this one is it's very much what suits Gladbach and our starting team. So
it makes me a little bit more attacking then.
It does, just slightly different, slightly more attacking. It's very different to the tactic I was using because I didn't go for any wingers whatsoever. So should we take a look?
So it's a bigger change for your team this time than it is my team.
It definitely is, yeah. Should we take a look at how my team did running this tactic through one season? I ended as champions.
No. I mean, well done, mate. You've won the league by 6 points as well. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That doesn't give me a lot of room, does it, at all?
Bayern Munich down in 5th?
I'm looking for one position then.
That is unbelievable, right? That's incredible.
That's great. Well done.
But
Yeah.
fair play. I mean, that's down to your tactic as well, by the way, because
Yeah.
that Celtic tactic was obviously very good. Iheanacho got 26 goals from it.
It's good.
So, really
Yeah.
good from that. Luca Netz actually played left back and got 9 assists from it. Only lost 7 games in total. One of them was against Bayern Munich, but 71 points, won it by 6. Yeah, really happy. In the cup competition, semi-final by RB Leipzig, who went on and faced Freiburg in the final. So, yeah, fair play. The statistics, 34 goals from Iheanacho, 11 from Ko Itakura, and Eze did really well with 7.29 average rating, but he was injured at the end of the season there. It was fine. It was at the last game, so he didn't miss too much. But there we go. Very good start.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think you obviously did better versus because I got to the semi-final of the cup. You won the cup. I've won the league with the same tactic. Let's run your tactic, though, because I think you've got better players.
I got one position to fight for, and I.
Yeah. So let's see how Dad does. Okay, Dad, you finished in 5th place using the same tactic.
Well, it didn't make me any better, then, did it?
No. Hard luck, I think. You were quite consistent across the season, 4th and 5th.
I did buy the team more defensive, like, as in my new players tonight, so...
Yeah, I am surprised that, obviously, 2nd round by the DFB Pokals. That's very poor, considering you won it with yours.
Yeah.
That's mental. I am surprised because Gabigol did score 26 goals in the Bundesliga, which he didn't even get the top scorer. Timo Werner did, but that's still, like, you know, quite good. So even though you bought a better defense, they obviously didn't perform as much for you, which is a shame. But there we go. Your signings, they did all right.
I'm happy with that.
I think you definitely won the one where we picked our own tactics.
Yeah.
I obviously won the one where we used the same tactics, but we both beat the AI.
There you go.
And that's the main thing.
Yeah,
our
right.
signings were a lot better than whatever they did. We both beat the AI. So if you do want to see more like these, name your clubs down in the suggestions. Of course, make sure you join the channel membership program if you want to have the podcast. And of course, there's obviously the Patreon with the same exact rewards on there. You get the save game files from the rebuilds, and you also get the podcast too. Thank you very much for supporting us on those two.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.